Okay, so I think going back to February 2017, started to have a few headaches, a bit of visual disturbance, almost as if, you know, for those that wear glasses, you needed to get your eyes checked, you know, and it just started from there really, very subtly. You're completely devastated. I think once I'd had that diagnosis, I don't remember the rest of that conversation with the consultant. I mean, my husband was with me, and then we talked about what options we had. So the options that we were given at that time was to watch and wait and do nothing. But sadly, I was clearly having headaches and visual disturbance, so that wasn't really a preferred option. We could have had radiotherapy, but again, surgeon wasn't convinced that perhaps that was the right route for me. So we talked about surgery, and then we put together a plan then in September of 17 to have a left-sided craniotomy. So I went back to work and had a phased return to work, so I built my hours up very gently. And then October 18, we go for the annual MRI. A couple of days later, we get an appointment to go and see Professor Shad, and couldn't tell by looking at him, but you know when you sit down and he turns the screen round and you can see a little white circle and you think, right, okay. The preference wasn't to leave it because it was growing quite rapidly at that point, because obviously they'd had a reference point from the previous scan. Radiotherapy, again, it wasn't a preferred option because the tumour would always sit there and then you don't want it to change over time. So he talked to us about having this surgery through the nose. It's a surgery he has done before. And then we kind of took some time to think about it, and that's what we decided to do, go again for surgery. So he's been able to get in, not only get in and remove it, but also do absolutely no damage to anything else, which is great. And everybody's journey is very different, everybody's tumour is very different. But it doesn't always end badly, and I think that's the hope to give to everybody else, that the diagnosis is scary. You know, the questions that come into your mind, the questions you ask of yourself and your family around you, it's not always bad news.